Now we have another popular trope by the same user. This person says that when turbulence shakes your flight, let's see whose name you'll beg for. Jesus, Jesus, save me. He should toss the plane around until you soil your pants. Now this is a popular idea that is pushed out by people of multiple religions. Now, of course, growing up in a Christian religion, it was always said that at the end, every tongue shall confess, every knee shall bow, or flip that. But I find that not to be true. I find that not to be true in my own life and those that I've been around. You see, many of my friends are Muslim. When turbulence shakes their life, they don't call for Jesus. They don't bow down to Jesus. They call for Allah. When those I know who are Buddhists, they go into meditation. But to bring it home even closer, I did not grow up with my biological father in my home. I didn't start getting to know him really. I mean, I knew him, talked to him, but I didn't really start to get to know him until I was in my late 20s. The thing that drew us closer is that although his walking away from the church was through observation, mine was through study and observation, we both arrived at the same conclusions. Now, when my father was lying on his deathbed about 7 years ago, my father never called out for Jesus. My father never said, Jesus, save me. My father never did the John 3:16. As a matter of fact, my father gave me the Arnold Schwarzenegger 3:16. He said, I'll be back, is what he told me. To give you another idea, when I was a young man, I'm living in Germany and I'm driving on the Autobahn, and you know, if you've ever driven on the Autobahn, you know you're going in excess of 100 miles per hour. When I clip the back end of a truck and I'm swerving and I'm hitting the embankments and hitting the rail, I never once called out for Jesus. I never once called out for Allah. Instead, in my own mind, I decided that I was not going to die, because many people on the Autobahn in car accidents, they die. What I called upon was myself. And I recognized the way the car was moving, and I made adjustments. And yes, I had a concussion. I hit the rail. I clipped another car. But I called upon myself to do the actions necessary in order to not die. And guess what? I didn't die. I had a concussion. I drove myself to work, went to work. Later on, I went to the hospital to realize that I had a concussion. You see, not everybody is going to call upon this name when they find themselves in distress, because I know who I am, and I know I am the manifester of my destiny. And I decide what happens in the now and in the end. So that's not a good trope either.